So, who is back? Look who it is, back on your screens once again. I have missed you guys so much, like seriously. Welcome back to my channel. I literally am so happy to be back. That's my phone. I've had a huge break, which I actually did not plan to have. But shout out to everyone who's still been subscribing. Like, I'm almost on 3,000 subscribers and I haven't posted in like 5 months. So that's amazing. And everyone who's encouraged me to come back, like, Wura, we miss you, we miss your videos. Like, literally people from Ibiza were letting me know, like, Wura, we miss you on YouTube. Classic Manny and just like so many other people were like just encouraging me to like come back onto YouTube. So guys, here I am. I hope you guys are not fed up with me and I'm gonna like at least tune in. And yeah, welcome if you're new. If this is the first video you're clicking on, I'm a bit of a crazy character, but you know, they love me for it really. So please press subscribe and join the family, the fam bam. And yeah, I would love for you to stay, but I'm gonna stop rambling on and get to the video. So my most popular video on YouTube today is the story of how I passed my driving test, okay guys? So if you haven't clicked on that video, if you haven't watched that video yet, I will link it up below. Watch it first and then come back here, or watch it after, and then this video will make a bit more sense. But yeah guys, the basic story is I failed my driving test not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 7 times. Yes, I did. That's the UK driving test if you are unaware. But yeah, 7 times. I passed my driving test on my 8th attempt after 6 years of trying to pass. So yes guys, it was a very long and stressful journey for me, and a lot of people have congratulated me, emailed me and DM'd me, like literally hundreds of people asking about how I'm doing post driving, like how my experience has been. So it's literally been a little over a year since I passed. I wanted to do like my 1 year post driving test update and let you guys know the real about once you pass, how it is on the big bad roads, because it's not that easy, I'll tell you that. I passed my driving test last year March, and then my mum surprised me with a car in April. So I've been driving a little over a year now, and honestly, like, you think once you've passed, you know, once you've got that blue certificate and you're ready for the roads, like yeah, it is not that simple, you know. I was so used to having my driving instructor in my car. He was like my safety blanket, so I knew that if I was gonna get into any crazy situations, he was gonna be able to put a stop to it. But you know, once you enter that car, you're literally all by yourself. And yeah, they think, oh yeah, she probably knows what she's doing because you don't have the learning little sticker or bumper on your car anymore, so they think you're a professional. So what I made sure I did, and not even me, my mom literally made sure I did, was get the P plates, which is just like indication to other drivers on the road that you have just passed. So if you're not that confident on the roads, definitely that's something I would recommend you get. Until you feel 100% comfortable, get the P plates, because then if you make mistakes or you're a bit hesitant, people will understand why, because obviously they will know you've just passed. So that's something I had, and all my friends laughed at me because none of my friends ever got that. But I was like, listen, I'll rather be safe than sorry, so boo-boo. I got it, and I was very grateful for it, because I did end up having a lot of mishaps, which I'll try and quickly get into. So the first journey I ever took by myself in the car was crazy. I was trying to get to church, and there's 2 ways to get to church, right? But I didn't know how to get there, so I just literally put in my church address into my sat nav. So the sat nav literally directed me on the second route, the route I really didn't want to go on, because there was a major motorway. So like the motorway, for anyone who's in London / Essex will know about this motorway. It's called the M25, and literally it's one of the biggest, longest, most dangerous motorways in the UK. And on my first time driving, I was put on that motorway. which I want to go on. When you're learning to drive in the UK, you're not actually put onto the motorway, so I literally have had no experience on the motorway. When I say the motorway, people are doing 100 miles per hour. They don't care, they ain't listening to no speed road instructions or anything like that, any speed limits. They're literally just like going for it because they're trying to get to where they're trying to get to. So I literally ended up on the motorway. I was so scared for my life. I literally did not know what I was doing. At this point, I couldn't even go into 5th gear properly. Like, I was proper scared. So that was a really scary experience for me, and yeah, that was a bit mad, but thankfully I managed to get to church okay. And then on the way back, I just followed my friend who knew the second route, which had no motorways on it, so it was easier for me to get home. So that was that situation. My first time ever driving, I was put on a motorway. Some people don't tackle motorways for months/years until they're really comfortable. I literally was put on it on the first day I got my car. And you know the funny thing, like, I have a friend who literally was driving for 3 years until she ever stepped foot on a motorway, or stepped her wheels, so to speak, on the motorway. And I had to do it on the first day of driving. So you can see how like scary it was for me. Even when I got back and told my mom was like, Wura, oh, look, M25. Anyone that's Yoruba will understand, she literally freaked out. I was like, you were on M25, that's one of the most dangerous motorways in the UK, blah, 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 and was literally freaking out about it. But thankfully, that was fine. Whilst I've been driving, especially in the first month, I've scraped my car, literally trying to get in through driveways. I've scraped my car, I've reversed into a pole, yeah, and I've got a massive crack at the back of my car, just to like remind myself every day that I literally reversed right into a pole. Do you remember that day, Tolu?
Yeah.
When I reversed into a pole, my sister was in the car, I reversed right into a pole, that the back of my car is flipping scratched and cracked. I have hit a wall and my bumper fell off. This all happened in the first month. I hit a wall and my bumper fell off, so now my bumper's hanging on for dear life. I've tried to fix it and it just keeps on popping off again, so that's that. I have hit a car twice. I've hit 2 cars, which was a nightmare. Oh, one was my fault. I was kind of distracted, which, don't be distracted by driving because literally things will happen. Like, my friend distracted me for 1 second and I literally hit the car in front of me, and thankfully there was no scratch to his car. The damage was done to my car, so I have scratched all at the front of my car. And then the second time I was trying to reverse park. Guys, side note, nobody tells you how hard it is. Like, parking is so hard. I still can't park. Like, anyone who knows me knows Wura can't park. I cannot park. Please, anyone who's a new driver or like who's been driving for a while and has the same problem I do, let me know if it's just me, because I struggle to parallel park, to bay park, to reverse. Listen, I can't park full stop, yeah? But I was trying to park my car this one time, and I was trying to park my car. I thought I had enough space. I just smacked the car right behind me, literally reversed right into it. And me and him were having whole domestics. I was like, oh my gosh, it hasn't even been 1 year since I've done my insurance and I'm already gonna have to claim. This is really bad, but thankfully there was not much damage done to his car. The damage was done to my car, so thankfully I'm even happy. I was like, yeah, I don't mind, let the damage be to my car, so at least I don't have to claim. And so those are like the major things I can remember that I've done so far. Literally, most of it happened within the first month to the first 3 months. That's when you're really just starting to get used to your car. You can really understand the size of your car, what spaces your car can kind of fit in. Because when you're in the car, you feel like the car is maybe bigger or smaller than it actually is, and you think you can fit into certain spaces, and then you realise you can't. So yeah, it's just all about practice. And it's so weird because now that I'm driving, I'm like, why did I struggle so much during the testing period and like during the examination periods? Because it's not that difficult to drive. Like, it's quite simple and it's quite enjoyable from time to time. Other times quite stressful, especially when there's traffic. Guys, traffic will stress you out. I'll tell you that one for free. One tip I will also say is, like, when looking for insurance, because insurance can be so expensive, especially for young drivers under the age of 25, I was looking and looking and looking, but you know when you're just so excited to start your driving journey, the cheapest I could find was £175 a month for 12 months, and you pay a £400 deposit. So for that price, I had to get a black box in my car. And a lot of people don't like black boxes because they monitor your speed, they monitor your braking, how you're driving the car, if they feel like you're driving the car too rough, or if you're speeding a lot, or if you're braking a lot, like harsh braking, they will increase the price. So that's the scary thing about black boxes, because they're liable to increase the price at any point if they feel that you are driving in a way that could cause an incident or an accident. So just be cautious about that. But a black box is the only way I can think of to really bring down the cost of your insurance, because I was seeing crazy prices for my Corsa, you know, a 2011 plate Corsa. I was seeing prices like £10,000. Who? £10,000 where? Yeah, that's the kind of prices I was seeing. That's not cute. I'm not paying £10,000 for a car that didn't cost even half of that. No boo-boo, not cute. So that is one of the things I would say. And funnily enough, after a year, thankfully, I praise God that there was no claims made, even though I was very close twice to having claims made. Because I had no claims, that 1 year no claims helped my price go all the way down to £95 a month. So from £175 to £95, and I don't have a black box anymore. So if you could just try and be as safe as you can, obviously listen, mistakes are gonna happen. Don't feel useless or crap if you make mistakes within your first year of driving, because that's the whole point of having a first car. That's why my mum advised me, and a lot of people advised me, and in the end my mum bought me a Corsa because I wanted an Audi A1. If I went to go get an Audi A1 for my first car, if you see the state of my car now, literally, I was looking at a video of my car before. It looks so fresh. When I first got it, I was all gassed, filming it, showing all my friends, this is my new car. I compare it to how my car looks now, I'm like, is that the same car? Because this car looks beaten and bruised and just maltreated. So literally, I would always say, get a cheap car for your first car, because you will bash it and bruise it and bang it and crack it. And it will hurt more if your car costs £10,000. If your car costs £1,000 or £2,000, it will hurt less. And it's expected of you to make these mistakes. So definitely don't go all crazy with a brand new car, a 2019 18 plate Mercedes, and then you go and destroy it. Because not only will it cost you more to insure, more expensive cars, more insurance for sure, especially if you're young. More expensive cars means bigger engines, so more fuel, more costs on that side, so you have to pay for more for petrol. More expensive cars, if something happens to your car, means more expensive parts. So you need to think about these things. Wait till you're really confident in driving, and then you can go and splash your money on the car you want, you know. Definitely don't get too excited and buy an expensive car for your first car, and then you damage it, and then you're like, God, why did I do that? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my main advice for like new drivers and when you're within your first year. Another thing I would say is literally just like be safe, because what I've noticed is drivers don't drive for other drivers, they literally drive for themselves, and in a rush they're like going crazy. So you have to drive for other drivers, you have to be more alert, and your reactions might be slower because you're new, but that's when you have to really concentrate, try not to get distracted like I said earlier, and really just like enjoy it because you've worked hard for it. If you passed your first time, if you passed 100 on your 100th time, like you have worked hard for it regardless of how long it took you and you know the journey it took you to get to passing. So don't just, you know, mess about with it. Like take it seriously. Obviously follow the laws, don't speed when you're not supposed to speed. Please don't drink and drive. It's so important because it's very, very dangerous and you can harm yourself and harm others on the road. And you know, another thing I would definitely say is new drivers, you've got 2 years where it's like almost a probation period where you cannot get 6 points or more on your license. If you get 6 points or more on your license, you will lose your license. Speeding gives you points if you're caught on a speed camera. Obviously drink driving if you're caught busting red light, so driving past the light when it's red gets you points. So all these things you need to be careful about, because if you get points within your first 2 years, all your hard work will be for nothing, because guess what? They will take your license off you. So yeah guys, I think that is pretty much all the advice I can give for now, and my quick story about, or long depending on how you view it, but about how my first year of driving has been. I hope it's been useful. Share your stories below of your first years or first year in driving and how it's been for you, what experiences you've, you know, been through. And yeah guys, give the video a thumbs up. Hopefully I'm back to stay, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care now, bye.